He says this, Exodus 21, verse 22 is, however, a part of the Bible that actually does mention the fetus. When people who are fighting injure a pregnant woman so that there is a miscarriage, and yet no further harm follows, the one responsible shall be fined what the woman's husband demands, paying as much as the judges determine. If any harm follows, then you shall give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. This is fascinating because it outlines specific punishments for specific crimes. If a woman is hurt in a struggle and then has a miscarriage, the penalty is a fine, a mere financial payment. But if there is further harm, likely meaning the woman has long-term and serious injuries or even dies, then the culprit could be killed. In other words, the life and well-being of the woman, the mother, is of much greater significance than those of her unborn child. So you heard the scenario where two men are fighting and a woman tries to intervene. One of the men accidentally strikes the woman and then the instruction is given. He is quoting a translation that doesn't translate miscarriage correctly. The Hebrew phrase yatsah, if translated correctly, actually means to go out, come out, exit, or go forth, which is what the majority of translations actually say. The King James Version says this, if men strive and hurt a woman with child so that her fruit depart from her. The New King James says this, so that she gives birth prematurely. The New American Standard Bible says this, if men struggle with each other and strike a woman with child so that she gives birth prematurely. The NIV says this, if people are fighting and hit a pregnant woman and she gives birth prematurely. The English Standard Version, I'll read the whole passage here so we get a full understanding. When men strive together and hit a pregnant woman so that her children come out, but there is no harm, the one who hit her shall surely be fined, as the woman's husband shall impose on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if there is harm, then you shall pay life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. So, if the woman is struck, causing a premature delivery of her child or children, but the child is unharmed, then the man will be fined. But if there is further damage or even death, the equivalent payment must be made, life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, and so on. So, is this passage valuing the woman's life over and above her unborn child or children? No, it's valuing both of their lives the same.